Reflection and appreciation. Oh, so good. Hey, I'm Jennie Wolek with the Wolek Group here, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Keller Williams Realty Advantage. I just got off a video call with a friend. She's actually my mentor, and the reason that I'm at the company that I'm at and the reason that I have learned so much and had so much success, I really, really attribute it all to her because she invested in some conversations and relationship with me a long, long time ago, almost 15 years ago, actually. And so as I was talking with my friend, Kara Fulkins, she's an agent here in Tulsa, some things came back up and I remembered some defining moments that had occurred in my early days and my growth that I kind of forgot about. And maybe that's just because I've had so much experiences over the years that these just aren't the talking points or the ones that I remember, but they were so pivotal in my growth and in my leadership. So what happened was back in 2008, I had my daughter Mia in 2007. So during that time, 2008 and 9, I would have 100% been a full-time mommy and part-time real estate agent. So Kara, so kind and always pouring into me and sharing her knowledge with me, decided she was at a point in her career. She'd been a solo agent and very successful for many, many years. She was kind of worn out and tired and had younger kids and decided she wanted to get out of the business. So she picked me to take on her business. So the greatest thing is that I acquired her database and we had a plan in place where we would market to them, and any referrals, she'd get a fee. Super cool and so great. And I was happy to do that. I also got her systems. She is so old school Keller Williams. If you remember, there used to be these big manuals with all of the systems and models and tools and scripts of everything MREA. So I got these books. They were real and big and took up a lot of space. And the other thing that I got was her assistant. She had a real estate assistant. And I got to take on this new salary as well as the new systems and the new database, which I didn't know much about. So anyway, those moments and those times that sometimes we forget about or brush off or work through and learn through, we may forget that there were so many lessons inside of that. The greatest lessons were I discovered the value of having a database properly set up and systemized with touches that we're communicating with our clients. I learned the value of the transaction systems with checklists so that everyone received a great client experience. I learned the value of leverage through a person, even though back then I was a terrible leader. Of course, I'll take full ownership on why that relationship didn't work out over time. And that would probably be because I didn't properly hold her accountable or train her, or even I didn't have any stake in making sure she was the right fit for me and my business, but that's all right. I learned. And so I just wanted to share these stories with you because maybe you're at this place in your life. Maybe you think you could do a little bit more if you had a little bit of help and you're not really quite sure where to go. Well, what I remember most during those times was learning that I knew nothing about being a leader. And so that's where I'd encourage you to start growing in your leadership. I just looked back here on my bookshelf and jotted down a few names that are here that I've read and have helped me in my leadership and my growth. So whether it's John Maxwell or Jim Collins or Patrick Lencioni, Keith Cunningham, they're all right there. But as well as other books are, Find Your Why and Extreme Ownership. So those are just some things that I just glanced up. This is just my home office. So there's so many more books at my work office as well. And I think that's where you start to grow. You grow in your leadership by getting uncomfortable and just going for it, because you'll never be the best leader. You got to continue to grow. And then you got to learn about leadership. So whether that's a podcast, a book, Audible, whatever it takes for you. So that's my tip. Appreciate the moments that have been defining for you or life shifting in some way. Appreciate them. And then with those lessons, what can you then pass on to others? How can you bless others with what you're learning? So that's what I got for today. Just a random thought, and I'm happy to help if you have any questions or need anything.